Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinahills.com. Book a reading, find out more on my website. So if you have a Taurus ascendant or rising, if you have your moon in Aries and your sun in Pisces, then this is your video. So you have your ascendant degree or your rising in fixed earth ruled by Venus, which is archetype of the builder. You have your moon in cardinal fire, which is archetype of the pioneer or the trailblazer. And this is the domain of Mars. And you have your sun, which is not a strong position for the sun. Even your moon is not a good position, which is mutable, water, ruled by Jupiter in traditional astrology, or Neptune in modern astrology. So the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. And this is sort of the way that your soul, your ascendant is the way your soul touches base with reality. It is the first point of touch for the soul. It is how the soul gets plugged into the 3D matrix. It is the Jungian mask we wear to interface with society. It is how the world perceives us, our physical body, how we look, our gestures. It is the self, you know. And the ascendant is the first house of the zodiac, and this deals with, as I said, yourself. And when you have your ascendant in Taurus, you like to root, you like to build. As I said, this is all about building, stability, functionality. Venus deals with the arts. She deals with relationships, love. She deals with banking and all of that. Okay, and she also deals with the earth and vegetation. And Taurus also is about the physical body. It's connected to the 10 Sephirot Malkut, and it's connected to the Muladhara chakra, which is about rooting again. Okay. Now, having your ascendant or your rising in Taurus, you are, this is dry, this is night and hard, this is fixed earth, the first earth sign. So here we understand Venus through the 5 senses. When you look at the 5-petal pentagram of Venus, you understand how, being a Taurus ascendant, you experience the world through your 5 senses. Very tactile, very much into touching, feeling, eating, smelling, leisuring. Taurus understands the value of leisure. Okay, it can be slow. It is slow. It's very slow moving. Think of the bull, the glyph of Taurus. Slow and steady. Okay, it has tremendous endurance. It's very strong. Okay, Taurus bodies are very strong in a sense, and of course the love of food. So you know, you love to eat, but that can make you put on weight. Okay, if you have some imbalance in your horoscope, in your natal chart. Also, your Taurus rules your throat chakra and your throat and the thyroid. So any imbalances there can also add to the weight gain. And once you put on that weight, losing that weight becomes impossible. Since Taurus is nocturnal womb energy, very fertile energy, you can get pregnant really fast and or can impregnate someone very easily. Okay, it is very engaged with the 5 senses. Okay, so as a Taurus, you like to take things slow and you like to engage with the world. Okay, slowly and steadily. But you know, Venus is our desire principle. So the flip side of Taurus is falling so deep into desire that you fall into commodity fetishism or hedonism or excesses of all kinds. Okay, this could be a problem with Taurus. Okay, this could very well this decadent behavior can be an issue. Can be lazy also. But once you're motivated to do something, you have the endurance to pull it off, and you can continue slowly and surely. You love giving gifts, love receiving gifts, but you don't like surprises. So don't stun your Taurus man or Taurus woman with surprises. They don't like it. Although you have that Aries, Pisces, so maybe, you know. The thing with Taurus men is oftentimes because of this need to root, they can rescue someone who's rootless and want to give them root. And for the women, they like to play this damsel in distress sort of a thing. Of course, if Venus is in a very difficult aspect to Mars or Saturn or Pluto, this becomes even more visible. You know, when you want accolades from an external environment, and without that validation you don't feel authenticated, so that could be a problem with this. Okay, this damsel in distress trope can be played to excesses as well, something to watch out for. You love sensuality, you love to please in bed, but with Taurus, you've got to understand that nothing lasts forever, nothing is fixed, nothing is permanent, everything is transient and ephemeral. Okay, everything is fleeting in this reality and very dualistic, and you cannot pin meaning onto something. Okay, you must allow the fluid exchange. That is something that you need to understand. You can hold grudges for very long, and you can be very angry, very moody also. Okay, very moody. Do not get into just hoarding and buying and procuring. If you're depressed, you want retail therapy, you buy the most expensive things and then you don't think about the future. Don't do that. Although Taurus does think about the future, you know, but then you're moving on to Aries moon. 12th house moon, it's a problematic moon. The 12th house is the most problematic house. It is the house of our undoing, but it is also the house of mysticism, spirituality. If you go by traditional rulerships, it's ruled by Jupiter. If you go by modern, it's ruled by Neptune. So it dissolves everything. Okay, and this is mutable, so very impressionable. Your moon is in cardinal. Your 12th house is mutable, Pisces. But for you, this 12th house is Aries. Okay, and Aries is hot and dry, Mars domain. It cuts and bruises and, you know, cuts and burns, and moon is cold and moist, doesn't like to be in Aries and doesn't like to be in the 12th house. You can get dreams from ancestors that could be very heavy, or karma that is very heavy from the ancestors that you need to work through. Anger, violence, control issues, hegemony, all of this can play out. You can be quite selfish with an Aries moon, okay, because Aries is the infant of the zodiac and wants things to be about themselves, because, you know, an infant understands survival. So it understands that it needs to be selfish in order to survive and pass infancy. So, you know, it's all right to be selfish and self-care, but you need to know the difference and draw the line of when you're taking things to excesses. Aries moon starts very many things cannot complete. Cardinal, scattered, very scattered mind. Moon is your emotions in your mind, very scattered emotions, very harsh, prone to anger, violence, temper, intoxicants of all kinds, okay? Very ruthless could be, okay? 12th house, house of incarceration, seclusion. So your mother could have been, you know, incarcerated or work in a place of confinement or seclusion. Because the moon is the mother. It is our everyday habit patterns. It is our imagination, our ESP, our emotions, you know, how we nurture. Moon rules breast and stomach. How we nurture and how we will nurture. Moon in Aries, your mother was quite, dominating in a way. Quite controlling, quite angry, probably had huge rages and then forgot about them and, you know, acted like they never happened. Because Aries doesn't hold anger for very long. It's like a matchstick. It lights it up and then, you know, it fizzles out. So having a moon in the 12th house could mean you could be incarcerated at certain points, or you feel like you're confined in a situation. this could play out for you. Okay, now very problematic emotions, and not healthy sense of relating and emoting. Okay, so you always tend to suppress or express it as anger. Makes me think of that meme that I saw, that when I sat long enough with my anger, I realized that her name was grief. So, there's a sense of grief with this 12th house moon in Aries. Pain, death, mental asylums. Your mother may have been to, mental diseases, or, even lived in a mental asylum, or had to seek help. You could have to seek help, because this is, not a place for the moon to be emotionally fulfilled unless you turn to spirituality and mysticism. You could be psychic, because 12th house moons are psychic. They can bring messages from the world of spirit, world of ancestors. Okay, so that's something. Either you get interested in drugs, alcohol, anger, rage, or you look at the other side of life, at the occult, at the mystical, and that'll work very well for you, because you have a Pisces sun. The sun is how we shine. It's an 11th house sun, so it's larger communities. It's 11th house is the house of joy. Okay, it is beautiful, and it's the house where Jupiter finds pleasure in a system called planetary joys. It's where Jupiter finds bliss, and this is Pisces. The ruler is Jupiter in traditional astrology, and Neptune in modern astrology. So you are very Jupiterian, and Jupiter here expresses himself through a mutable, which is impressionable, water. Pisces, as we know, can be very dualistic, because think of the glyph, two fish swimming away. And this means that, there's a conflict within us. Do we stay in the realm of spirit, or do we make a sojourn in the world of matter? Part of us is going there, part of us is going here. And there's this tug and pull always happening, this conflict, very conflicted. Sun doesn't do well in Pisces, moon doesn't do well in Aries. So here you have a tremendous, this is semi-sextile. So it's a very problematic positioning between your sun and your moon. Although your moon and your ascendant, your sun and your ascendant is more harmonious. Okay, because this is a sextile formation, water and earth, fecund, fertile. So psychic, imaginative things can be very powerful for you. Having a sun in Pisces, which is your 11th house, it's the internet. You could be a healer of sorts, tarot reader, astrologer, having that archetype of the mystic. And sun is how we shine, our father, our soul's purpose, a healthy sense of I am is the sun. How we want the world to see us. So you want the world to see you as the sensitive Pisces, mystical, secretive, spiritual, but psychic. Yes, psychic, but Pisces can be very much like an emotional sponge, where you soak up all these extraneous energies, and you don't know how to balance those energies because you have not done the spiritual work. Or if messages come to you from the world of spirit, you get scared. Or because your sun is in the 11th house, it tells me, and sun and Jupiter are friends, So this is good for you, because it's better than having a 12th house sun in Pisces, your 11th house sun in Pisces. It's showing you a way to connect with the larger world and shine. The sun is where we shine, and 11th house is how we get a gift in life before the zodiacal cycle is over with the 12th. So here you have a boon with your Pisces sun, Jupiter or Neptune ruled Pisces sun in the 11th. If you know how to release all that negativity, release all the duality, and really immerse into oneness, which is Neptunian. Immerse into expanding your mystical awareness, your imagination, which is Jupiter. Okay, So you have the archetype of the builder, archetype of the pioneer, and archetype of the mystic. Definitely something in the world of healing, maybe channeling messages, with that sun and moon happening in Aries, Pisces, 12th house, 11th house. Definitely you could be a channeler of sorts. Or even a writer, depending on the placement of your Mercury, bringing to us messages from the world of spirit. Leave me a comment below if you like it, and subscribe. Please consider a donation, book a reading. Thank you.